Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Chicago. Let me clear the frog out of my throat. How's everybody doing here? We're over here by Lake Street in Bobine. Here's the Prudential Plaza. Let me make sure I'm zoomed all the way out here. This is always, it's interesting there. Look at that, the gleaming corporate towers there. There's Giordano's Pizza. So, welcome back to Chicago. Looks like the fog's starting to burn itself out here. The sun's trying to shine through. We got about mid-30s still. We're still like 36. It's trying to get to 40. Let me get the camera straight here a little bit. I always, hey, thanks for tuning in there. Welcome to our little lunch tour coming back here to Chicago. Yeah, we're looking for this heat wave. I think it's supposed to get up to 50 degrees. We'll see if it happens tomorrow or Thursday. We're still at Tuesday here. And I hope everybody's having a good day here. Hey, Tara, how's it going? Anna Marie, Paula, thanks for, the lunch bunch. Thanks for coming back here. Thanks for not forgetting about me. I know many of you were on yesterday. We went to the Peggy Notebart Nature Museum. That was fun, seeing the butterfly garden. A little change of pace and something different than from walking around the Millennium Park in the Loop, but that's what we're going to do today. We'll go over and see if anybody's still ice skating there at the Maggie Daley ice skating ribbon. See, we're at Lake and Stetson here. There's the Aon Center where you can connect to the pedway. We got videos on that. Look how you can, the fog's burning off. This morning we could not even see the John Hancock, even though we were a block away from it at the water tower. Now the fog's slowly burning off. You see how the fog's still there. Sharon, how's it going? Ellis, Ginger, Anna Marie, Rosie, yeah. Azerbaijan, thanks for tuning in there. Angel, hello. Who else am I missing here? Yeah, thanks everybody here. Well, hey, let's head up here to the Aon Plaza. We'll check out the John Kearney statues here. Giant 1,000-foot tall plus 1,100-foot tall Aon Center. There's the John Kearney metallic chrome family of deer here grazing on the shrubbery. Nice corporate plaza there, Lakeshore East. Yeah, there's a few people up here. At least sometimes I'll come up in this plaza. There's absolutely nobody, but there's a few people here heading out for lunch. And Diane, how's it going? Yeah, Dolores, how you doing there? Austin, hey, good afternoon. Angel, yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. So they got this fountain still turned off, of course. It's winter time. It's always amazing. You can look straight up the Aon. You know, it's amazing how massive these buildings are. And you realize outside of New York City, if these buildings were in any other central business district in any other city in the United States, they'd be the largest, sometimes twice as tall as any other building in any other central business district. But, you know, New York, of course, has many taller buildings now, especially with the Billionaires Row and those 2,000-foot ones they built recently by Central Park here. Here's the new plaza. We've shown this a few times, the plaza here on the Mylene, how's it going? Everybody's tuning in there. It's good. Hey, we're getting the band back together, the lunch bunch. We'll check out and see what's shaking over here and see if anybody's ice skating. We gotta enjoy winter while it's here. See, I actually said it, because we got briefly the North Pond frozen over. It's all melted now. I welcome this 50-degree February weather that we're supposed to have later this week. There's the dogs. Yeah, it's nice. But here's this, there you can see the St. Regis over there. Yeah. Yeah, the wind, at any time the wind picks up, it hurts the mic there. I guess I need to get one of those little fuzzy mics. We are in the Windy City, so I think most people understand there is actual wind here. It's not just the politicians, so every once in a while you hear the wind. disturbing my voice here, but thanks for bearing with it here. And, we'll cross Randolph. We'll go into the haze here, the mist, and make sure there's no cars coming up this hill here. Yeah, there's the Harris Theater. This used to be the bike station, but they, I don't know what they're going to reuse this as. There was talks of making this the Children's Museum. Of course, they'd have to build a bigger building than that. That used to be the bike parking garage there. There's a good view to the Aqua. Look at that. Blue Cross Blue Shield building. Yeah, not much we could do about it. Thanks for understanding. And, yeah, thanks for understanding LS Gender. You know, it's just anytime you get around tall buildings, it's another reason Chicago's called the Windy City, because at least when you're downtown, you get around, these buildings catch so much air. Slightest amount of wind, when you go around the corner, you really feel it. In wintertime, woo, that wind is brutal. But today, any day above freezing is a good day in Chicago in wintertime. So we got a whole week where it doesn't even get below freezing at night, which is rare. You know, we made it through January with that one cold snap. We'll see how February treats us. So far, February's coming in like a lamb, but we're going to pay for it probably in March. Hey, let's go over and check out the ice skating ribbon here. There you can see the skyline, kind of misty behind the fog we had this morning. Here, let's check out the ice skating ribbon here. We'll get a nice overview here. There's a few people ice skating. It's not as crowded as it was Christmas time, but pretty good for a Tuesday. Yeah, a little bit of blue today. Namishi, how you doing? Thanks for tuning into the lunch bunch. Hey, that's great. Yeah, it's go by the ice skating ribbon here, Maggie Daley Park, part of Millennium Park. We'll circle around, we'll walk all along at the grade level there. I just want to give a nice, slightly elevated view here with the skyline. There's an ice skater. Yeah. See, and here comes the, how's it going? There goes the picking up the garbage. They're taking up the garbage out of the garbage can. See, that's why this city's clean. The city that works, clean up our garbage and city services, keeping the parks clean so people can ice skate. And yeah, we're not out of the woods till May. You're right. Yeah, it could stay cold. I remember many times you get to Cinco de Mayo. You know, it's the beer engineered holiday. You know, the Mexican Independence Day is in the fall, as we all know. But Cinco de Mayo, it's one province of Mexico, and the beer, so, you know, Corona and stuff, and made this holiday so people drink beer on Cinco de Mayo. You get to the 5th of May there in Chicago, and you're like, man, it should be spring, and you're still in your winter coat. And it's like, it feels like today, even in May, but there's the Maggie Daley Park ice skating ribbon. At least we get to enjoy winter sports. They keep this ice skating rink going through March usually. And so we'll come over here and film it. Pipe in the music. Yeah, the fruit crops. Yeah, it always, they get that early frost in the spring, and winter won't leave. There's a good ice skater going around here. Nope, winter's not over yet. You're right. We get teased this time of the year when we get a nice 10-degree centigrade day or 50-degree Fahrenheit day, and we think, oh, we made it, and then it's just a slight reprieve, and then we'll get another. How's it going? We'll get another blast here. There's where you can rent the skates right there. Got restrooms, and so if you bring your own skates, you can skate for free. You just hop right on there and skate to your heart's content. Ice skating ribbon here, Maggie Daley Park. Hey, taking some photos up there. You want me to ice skate? Yeah, I ice skate. It's because I'm a walker. You know me, I walk you know, I probably could skate. It's just I didn't bring my skates with me, and I don't want to rent them. I just want to see if we can walk across the pedestrian bridge to get it back to the other ice skating rink before they bring out the Zamboni. Usually they clear everybody off that around noontime, and then we'll head into the loop, maybe get over to the Riverwalk, just do a usual circumnavigation of Millennium Park, the loop, and the Riverwalk, and areas around my office here. I'm taking my lunch break. I still got all work all the time. I got a busy work week ahead of me, full of deadlines, meetings, fun stuff. Isn't corporate America great? All work all the time. We're also happy that our economy's just bursting at the seams. They got, I'm being sarcastic, all the hiring going on, that us that have jobs, we're like, we got too much work. Can we slow this economy down so we can just like work a normal 40-hour week without having to work weekends and do the work of two people, so all the corporate profits can go to the top, and then they can buy back their stock, and the money never gets back to us. All we get is inflation. But I'll get off of that. No skating for Brian. Yeah, I'd probably be a happier camper if I was skating there, but it is good to. I do enjoy hopping on the bike, and I probably could ice skate. Just another challenge for live streaming. Liz skates Chicago. I think I thought I saw she had a video where she was ice skating. She, of course, roller skates and live streams roller skating, and that takes a lot of talent because, you know, there's always something, a crack or something that throws you off guard, even something laying in the road there. But yep, you know what's going on. Yeah, no, it's we got to talk about it. You know, it's actually a bipartisan issue. You know, we're all struggling, trying to do the best we can. Just people manifest their anger in different forms, be it on the left or the right or the center, or even apolitical. You know, and just like Ralph Nader said, if you don't turn on the politics, politics will turn on you. I guess the same can be said about economics. If you don't turn on the economics, economics can turn on you, especially if we ever go through a downturn. But hey, let's check out the skyline here. We've done this many times. We walk across the, they call this officially, it's called the BP pedestrian bridge. More corporate branding, but most people just call this the pedestrian bridge at Millennium Park. Connects the Maggie Daley portion to the Millennium Park portion, where the bean and the cloud gate is. Nice titanium, Frank Gehry inspired cladding. Michael Anderson, yeah. All work and no play make you dull hippie. Yeah, you're right. That's a nice Shining reference. Yeah, The Shining. Here, let's get the camera straight there. Look at that nice, look at that beautiful skyline there. Look at that, look how nice this frames it. And yeah, many years I've walked across this bridge long before the age of live streaming, and now I get to take everybody else along. You can experience this. My nice moment of zen here at lunchtime. Just getting out of the office and stretching my legs. Oh, you see Liz skates? Yeah, Liz skates Chicago. Yeah, they watched one of her streams. Yeah, I'm glad she's streaming through the wintertime. Isn't that amazing? What a trooper. And City Walking Girl Jay's been doing a great job. And I haven't seen much of Manny Manuel Vega. I assume he's still. I haven't been able to watch anything. I haven't been able to watch Vic Cohen or Jay or anybody. I've been so busy, and that's the problem of when you're a live streamer yourself. You don't have time to watch anybody else's live streams, because usually she might be live streaming right now, Jay. You know, she gets around, which is great. But there, that's where we were just at. That's the Maggie Daley Park. See, here's the great Pritzker band show Frank Gehry designed. We go by this all the time. I just never get tired of these views here. Look how misty it is with the fog there, the South Loop skyline there. Oh yeah, you get to see it at different light, different atmospheric conditions. People enjoyed that video with the fog when the fog was so heavy by the river you couldn't see like the Trump Tower and the other buildings, and people were really interested in that video for how the fog was affecting the building. There's the Cloud Gate, so we'll head right over there and get you views of the Pritzker Band Shell here. Head down to Snaky Walkway. Good, that's good. I'm glad you caught Jay. She's live streaming all the time, which is great. Where was she at? I hope she was in a interesting area. But we went up and filmed the Roscoe Village. That was nice. People were singing to me out the window. I should have stayed and talked with them. I always get self-conscious. But it's nice. Friends and neighbors there. Glad they were tuning in when I was walking past their neighborhood there, right down the main strip. Yeah. Good. So you see, you can connect to the Art Institute there. People seem to like the Thorn miniature rooms, brought back memories. People that display's been there for years. The small miniature rooms that's in the basement of the Art Institute. And there we got a nice view to the Pritzker Band Shell. Oop, almost hit a column here. Who put that column there? It's a great lawn. They always rope it off. There, maybe I'll walk inside the column here. Yeah, glad she's feeling better. Oh, so Jay was feeling bad. I was feeling bad. Yeah, I know it gets to you. Walking outside in the wintertime gets to you. Traveling in the wintertime gets to you. Working too hard gets to you. We all dealing with sniffles and sinus and sickness, and got to get through the winter here. Krista, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, welcome to the Lunch Bunch. We're walking through the Millennium Park. It's good to be back in Chicago. And thanks to everybody that tuned in this morning. It's always so hard because I get downtown and I get, if I would have walked over to the Bean, we had over 1,000 people, but I had to go to work. And usually when I'm peaking with my amount of people watching is when I got to sign off. And, that's the nature of live streaming. Jay knows what it's like. You want to keep going. But I got to keep my day job that pays my bills. And I can't rely on TikTok as a reliable business partner because they can pull the plug at any moment and you have no legal recourse. It's not a reliable employer. And I don't know what like other like people that actually make a living off of live streaming. I wonder if they're ever worried about that, that they could be cut off of economic access if TikTok changes the terms and conditions at any time. It's a one-way street. But hey, look at the here's the Bean here. I'll lift the camera up here. So we'll see if they made any more progress on the see if I can get over the fence here. There's the Great Bean of Chicago. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know if they're making any progress. Doesn't even look like they're working on it, but they were working on it earlier, but maybe they're not. They're waiting for material or something. I don't know. Yeah, see, Demisha, you get the same thing. It's so hard to sign off because the longer you stream, usually the people keep adding to your audience, and then you got to stop at some point. And I guess it's just the nature of live streaming. That's why I like talking to you, other live streamers, and Jay, and people that know what it's like, because it's everybody thinks it's just like it's positive, negatives, everything as we talk about. It's we enjoy it, but it comes with its own pitfalls. Hey, look at all these people taking pictures of the bean here. Yeah, see, you get a nice view of it right here. The fence is kind of lower, and we can actually get a nice view here if I lift up my selfie stick. There it is. Great Bean of Chicago. So hopefully this will be done. I'm hoping by May. I said spring, but I doubt it'll be open by April. Yeah, when the trees are starting to bloom and stuff, it would be nice. Oh, we just missed the owl going by there. Well, maybe we'll catch it again when we get closer. Yeah, let's head right down into the loop there. Let's see what's happening in the city. Yeah. Yeah, it's like tech reviews. Elena, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in here. So here's the other ice skating rink, and it looks like this. They just cleared people off. No, there's still people ice skating. Oh, good. There's a few people ice skating here. So let's check out the Millennium Park ice skating rink here. Maybe they're starting to clear people off. There's only 2 people on there. They do usually get the Zamboni out, which smooths out the ice. And yeah, the sun's still trying to burn through the fog here. There, you get pizza making classes. I won't linger here too long because I don't want to get a copyright infringement on this music they're playing here. The algorithm will find it, and they won't let me monetize this video because I just happened to walk by a commercial song that they're playing. But here's the nice ice skating rink here. Yeah, I looked into it. I think, yeah, it surprised me. I think people were correct both ways. The Chinese New Year, officially the Lunar New Year, starts on this Saturday. What is it, the 10th of February? But they're not having the parade in Chinatown, Chicago. There goes the L going by. Until the 18th of February. So it looks like next weekend will be the, not this weekend, the weekend after this weekend will be the Dragon Parade at Chinatown. So weather permitting, I'll try to get down there. I think they're going to have it on a Sunday. It seemed like last year, I remember they had it on a Sunday as well. Here we're crossing Michigan Avenue here. See, here's the parking entrance. You can look south on the street wall of, and here, as soon as we get past here, I'll mention something about our good, I'm sure everybody on the Lunch Bunch, you know, my great TikTok friend and moderator, Chris Gustafson. Unfortunately, he messaged me and his father's not doing really well, and so they're at the hospital with his father, and it doesn't look good. So if you guys know Chris, I think a lot of people on the Lunch Bunch know Chris because he usually joins us on the Lunch Bunch, and he's always on TikTok helping me out with moderating. You know, give him his space. He's dealing with a lot right now, but keep his father in your thoughts and prayers because his father's not doing well. He's at the hospital. And so Chris, we're giving him a break from moderating because he needs to take care of his family, you know, as he should, you know, and TikTok is, we can live without TikTok. Family comes first. And so please give him time. But if you want to on your own, reach out to Chris and give him words of support that we're here to support him. And if he needs anything, the Lunch Bunch is there to support Chris because, you know, Kahala just went through it with her family, lost a parent, and I know Sarah's lost people, and you know, we all go through this. It's the empathy that we all share, and family comes first. So, you know, big we're feeling it for Chris, and hopefully his father can get through this. You know, and I don't know any of the latest word. It's just not looking good. So we're giving him time to spend time with his father, and it's good. So yeah, sad to hear this. Oh, he shared a video. Good. He shared a video. Good. So thanks, Michael. Yeah. So check out Chris's page there, and there's more information. I want to get it from Chris, so I don't spread any bad information. It's always dangerous. And here comes the look. Here's the L coming. The green line's coming one way. Orange line's coming the other way. Thanks, Michael, for the good information. Yeah, check out Chris's page there. I'm sure he has some, video about an update about his father. And I need to do that too, because it might have changed since I talked to him late last night. But and that's the greatest thing that has come out of all this, is that we got this nice community of people that just share, walking around the city, but we meet people from all over the world. We're all connected, and we can share our interest in cities. It doesn't just have to be Chicago, it just happens to be this city, and there's people doing the best they can. See, we just walked past the Washington and Wabash station. That's where that unfortunate shooting happened 2 Fridays ago, and we were here. We walked right by it after it happened, and of course we didn't know what was happening. You could go back to the YouTube video, and it was so horrible what happened, and right in the middle of the day, in the middle of the loop. And you understand why I react angrily when people smugly say, I'm walking through Roscoe Village, and they're like, oh, you only stay on the safe side. Here we are in the middle of downtown Chicago in the loop, middle of the day, people pushing strollers, and there was gunfire being sprayed. People were almost hit by stray bullets, and unfortunately 2 teenagers lost their life right there in the middle of downtown. And so I lose patience for people who smugly joke around, because unfortunately in this country, America, United States, we're not safe anywhere. And I try to relay that to the trolls, that they just want to make fun of other people's misery, and our hearts go out to the families of those teenagers, and they still, I don't think they've even have suspects. I didn't look into it. I had to leave after that, so I haven't even been able to give an update on that news story, because there's just probably another one that replaces it. But that's enough about that. Here's there, Marshall Field and Company, Macy's, the main entrance here. We're on State Street. You know where we're at here. And you saw the news, yeah. Yeah, it's a personal thing. That's good. Yeah, I'm the same way as you. So sometimes you have a personal connection. I remember watching your streams, Demishi, and the fact that such beautiful scenery, and I really appreciate that your English is so great that you're bilingual. You do it both in German and English, so which helps out us lazy English speakers, that we just we're not forced to learn other languages like other countries are, and you're so good at it, so thanks for that. And probably goes to your better education system there in Europe. I know Japanese speakers are the same way. They even if you try to learn Japanese, they'll speak to you in English, because they realize us English speakers, we can't even speak other languages correctly, or even English correctly. Here, let's cross the street here so we can get to Chicago Theater as the sun's coming out. Look, the sun's coming out here on State Street. Look how bright it is. In February here, we'll get the Chicago Theater. And I know we go by this all the time. The same with the Nederlander here. I just like to take a cruise through here on my lunch break to see if they updated the marquee. And yeah, the rhythm and rumble and roar of the train. You know me. There's something, such an old, antiquated transit system. Just the rumble of the L train. It's you're in Chicago when you hear that. And I know they have it in New York City, but there's something about Chicago trains that have a unique sound to them. There's the Chicago Theater. So we got ladies R&B kickback concert, February 10th. Lord of the Dance is coming February 26th. Fortune Femster. Yeah, look at that. Hey, the Chicago Theater. It's looking good. And yeah, Channel 7 News. Are they doing a live broadcast? I don't know. Can't tell. Nope, looks like they're not there. ESPN Chicago will be here though. Yeah, ESPN Chicago, they're always They're like me, they're talking all day long. Yeah, it's a beautiful day for a walk. I mean, this whole week so far isn't bad at all. So, comes the train coming into the station there. State Lake, State Street, that great street. Oh good, we'll head across Lake Street here and get you a view looking under the yellow tracks here. For miles, the yellow tracks run on top of Lake Street. And there, look at this sculpture in front of the Witt Hotel. I think they got a roof deck up there. If I get out into this meeting, I can actually film the Marina Towers a little better here. We'll get in the middle of State Street here. This little plaza that hardly anybody uses. There's the Marina Towers. Oh yeah, that Chicago theater is such an iconic marquee. That's why I know most people, if they've never been to Chicago, it's one of the few things they recognize. The Bean, the Chicago theater, and like the Sears Tower or something like that. Maybe the Marina Towers, I don't know. And maybe the Water Tower. Sometimes people don't even know the Wrigley Building, you know, it's funny. But it's kind of a generational thing. There's the Wrigley Building right there with the clock. Or they'll know the Trump Tower. They'll know the Trump Tower. That's funny. Depends on their political persuasion. But there, honorary Raoul Wallenberg Place. Yeah, we need to look him up. Hey, we got the walk here. Let's head to the Riverwalk. So we got 12:32. So we might be able to walk along the Riverwalk for a while. Let's see, which way do we want to go? Do we want to stay above or do we want to go down below there? We might stay above here. The car almost ran me over there. I'm walking too slow, I guess. Thought I was a tourist. Tourist taking selfies there. There's the Riverwalk. Hey, so the river's not frozen. Someone asked me if the river was frozen. I said, nah, I thawed out last week or the week before. And that legal seafood comes from Boston. And it kept saying coming soon. It's been saying coming soon for almost a year now. And I don't know what they're waiting on, permits or something. Man, you see that bridge rattle when that bus went across? Here, let's walk across this way. Let's walk across and we'll stay up above here. There's a few people walking on the Riverwalk. I don't see any boats though. Thank you. Thanks for letting me decide there. I appreciate the autonomy. There, look at the nice skyline. Yeah, so like a little over a month from now, they'll start preparing to dye this river green for St. Patrick's Day. See, look at the gap. That's the gap in the bridge there. So we're in the middle of the bridge. They lift either side there. And there's the Jewelers Building, Mather Tower. We're crossing State Street here. There's Smith and Walensky. Oh, someone was asking me about steaks and chops, and there is a good steak place right there. It's not just Gibson's. You go to Smith and Walensky. There's Gene and Giorgetti's. What's this? Trailblazer. First vessel direct from Europe destined for Chicago. A Norwegian sailing ship, the Sleipner. 1862, arrived in Chicago, 1862. A clipper ship came all the way from Norway. 350 tons of cargo. Huh. Look at that guy working right there. Look at that glass. He's working, hanging out over the edge of the river there. Yeah, the city's looking nice in the sun here. We'll go under the Marina Towers here. Smith and Walensky. Oh, look at that. Yeah, beautiful views of the city. Here, let's head across here. We got no one's coming here. There's a good view of the London House. Any cars coming? No. Okay, good. There's people taking pictures in front of the umbrellas here. So this used to be the IBM building. Now they call it the American Medical Association Plaza, across from the Marina Towers here. And there's a nice view to a water tower right over there. This plaza here. If I go over to the river here, there's it's kind of like we're on a bluff here, a man-made bluff on the river here. Yeah, the high tech. So I guess most of IBM's workforce, people just work from home. They started the work from home movement long before the pandemic, which paid dividends for them because they were fully prepared, because they were already getting rid of their office space even before the pandemic. But eventually they'll all create artificially intelligent machines everything will just run on its own, right? Cars will drive themselves. We won't have to think anymore. We can just be consumers and consume stuff. Be like Wall-E. So the Marina Towers are residential. So this parking, residential. These were pioneers as far as people wanting to live in high-rise towers in the central city. These are offices. Oh, I take that back. This is residential. This is residential. Offices. This is R.R. Donnelly, Leo Burnett. It's advertising and marketing. I should know what this building is. This is offices. These are hotels. Royal Sonesta. This is club quarters. And then the London House. Of course, Trump Towers, mixed use. It's hotel at the bottom, residential at the top. I don't know if there's offices or not. Same with the John Hancock. The John Hancock is offices and residential at the top. It's mixed use. These are residential. A lot of buildings along Michigan Avenue are residential. But the IBM building was offices, but then they adaptively reused the bottom. Now the bottom's the Langham Hotel. So they made a portion of it hotel. And here we'll cross over here. We'll wait till these cars make it across here before the light changes. So it's more people are living in the Loop now than ever. A lot of the buildings in the Loop used to be strictly commercial, and more and more people are willing to live in dense urban environments in Chicago, and they rehabbed a lot of the older office buildings and converted them to residential, especially along Millennium Park with the nice views of the lake and stuff like that. But they're expensive. But there's certain buildings like the Pittsfield building, which are actually not that bad, more attainable for the middle class if you want to, but you have to have a smaller place, it's a trade-off. And but here, look at this. You see, we're underneath the Trump Tower here, and you got these columns and these undulating walkways. It was supposed to be this esplanade. They never really leased out the commercial space below this. I've debated about why that is. We'll never know. But you can see across the way. Look at these great views over to Wacker Drive and the London House. You can see the multiple levels of the Riverwalk, Lower Wacker Drive, Upper Wacker Drive, and you got the Stack City, the three-dimensional city. See the Jewelers Building looking down Wabash over to that's the DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge, which is double deck too. Look at that. No, it's a good question. And so, it's good to have you don't really want a downtown that's just office towers where on the weekend nobody's there, and you want a mix of uses, just like any other town or city. You want residential, commercial, and so you can have ground floor retail, so you have enough residential to support the retail, just people shopping, walking down the street. And it took a while for American cities to get the balance right, because in the 70s and 80s, so many people moved to the suburbs that the downtowns became ghost towns on weekends. And of course, more people were commuting, but then it would just cause massive traffic jams. And so, then some people are like, well, maybe if I just live downtown or have a place downtown and a place in the suburbs, I won't have to commute so much. And then ultimately, the ultimate expression is work anywhere. So people could live in Florida and have a Chicago job and live in Florida. There's people I work with that do that. That they, even though they work technically in the Chicago office, they don't even live in the same state or pay the same tax revenue for the business they work for. The same state. And it leads to all kinds of imbalances, but we'll see how it plays out. But look at this. So I'm just showing the world as it is. This is and someone stuck that on there. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have. And look, it's still, we'll see how long that stays up there. Isn't that funny? Somebody making a political statement on the Trump International Hotel and Tower. And again, I'm showing the world as it is. I'm not showing it purposely. It exists in the world. I just happen to come across that. And I'll let people make up their own minds, because I'm not going to tell people how to think. I'm just going to complain and explain my viewpoint, try to convince people of my perspective. Look at that. They did it on this side too. Look at that. That's awesome. Welcome to the 2024 presidential campaign. It's going to be a fun year, isn't it? We haven't seen nothing yet. Wait till we have deep fakes, spoofs. We won't know what to believe. We won't know if it's a real news article or a fake news article generated by artificial intelligence, And Daryl from Burbank, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the Lunch Bunch. I just saw that. Did I miss anybody else? Yeah, Richard Gardner. So you see, that's that sky bridge that connects one section of the Wrigley building to the other. We got 1242 here. Let's walk around Michigan Avenue here a little bit. I'm just easing my way back into the downtown. I know this is not nothing. You've seen all this stuff before. I'm just kind of showing what the weather looks like today here. So look, they got something going on there in the Pioneer Plaza. So let's cross the street here and let's check out in front of the Apple store. Let's see what they got there. They got some display. And we'll see what it's all about here. We can cross. There's the Tribune, the Intercontinental Hotel. It's beautiful vintage skyscrapers here. We can get to Wrigley in it. See if we can cross the street here. Yeah, Michigan Avenue, looking north there. Hey, we got the light even. Wow, everything's working out. There's the bridge, and see how the sun comes from the south. Really makes it hard to film to the south there because of the glare, but it's coming through. Same Super Bowl teams and same presidential candidates. I know. We're like in Groundhog's Day. We just went through Groundhog's Day. Every day and every year is the same. Every presidential, Hey, look, there's people in the globe here. So you can get inside. It's an advertisement for Scottsdale. So you get inside the snow globe there, and it's Scottsdale. This is awesome. See, look, they got the Scottsdale camper you can enter to win. You can get inside the desert globe there. Look at that. Take your picture there, and they'll give you a nice look. You got Scottsdale swag. Of course, they're teasing us with. I'm sure it's look. Yeah, they got the palm trees sitting, or the tropical plants, or the cactus. Go to Scottsdale. How's it going? Just check out the plants here. How you doing? This is awesome. Yeah, they got the cactus and giveaways and nice. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, this is YouTube, but that's okay. That's good. Yeah, experience Scottsdale. Warm up. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's just what we need, is the pandemic to come back. Imagine that, right in time for the election, you know, just to mix things up. Let's see if we can get somebody else that's taking a picture inside here. There's somebody going inside here, so let's see what they're doing there. They're just, they got balloons. Yeah, kick the balloons. Yeah, the spring training home of the Giants. I know the Cubs go down there to Mesa, Tempe, Arizona. I know the White Sox go to Arizona too, and a lot of the other teams go to Florida, but Chicago teams go to Arizona. And there's the ice cream museum. What else we got going on here? You got dogs. We'll go check out the Jack Brick House here. There's the Wrigley buildings, looking nice. Yeah, I got a reputation, a bad reputation. Hey, that's a nice dog. Look at that. So here's Jack Brickhouse. So it wasn't just Harry Carey. Jack Brickhouse was another sports broadcaster, along with Cupsinet. I mainly wrote in the newspapers, but they're Hall of Fame broadcaster. Hey, they got all this stuff there. And real teams go to Florida. Yeah. I've been to Winter Park, and yeah, who plays down there? I think we saw the Cleveland Indians play a game down there. I was down there for spring break one year, and we checked out some of the spring training baseball games. When does the pitchers and catchers report? Later this month? It'll be coming up soon. You know, they report earlier, and then by the time we get to March, they'll start having games already. Yeah, let's play too. There, look, they're taking a picture inside the Globe there. And of course, I've shown this before. Here's the Apple Store. Let's see if anything's going on in the Apple Store. We got a few minutes here. We go in there and we'll see what the security says here. So we're inside the glass atrium here inside the Apple Store. Of course, we got a TikTok on this. We came down here one night when it was really cold and they had the symposium going on, but you see how they got the nice atrium here with the nice views of the river. Really great in the wintertime, you know, and the functioning Apple Store. Of course, there's two Apple Stores. There's the one up on North and Clybourne, and then there's this one. There used to be one on Michigan Avenue, but they moved it down here to be closer to the prime photo spot. And you see how there's all the Apple products. You can sit, look at this giant screen here. Wow. Yeah, to me this is an historic spot because let's see if I can go out these doors or not. Maybe they got them locked here. Oh, they got them open here. Look how you can go. You can go right outside here. Look how nice this is. So, you see we're right here at the Chicago River, and you see up there, there's the statue to Jean-Baptiste Pointe-du-Sable. According to what I know, we're not for sure, but we think this is the general location where the Apple Store is. And of course, you know, this was a much smaller river at that point. It would fluctuate a lot more. We think this is the general location on this side of the river where Jean-Baptiste Pointe-du-Sable and his wife had a pretty substantial log cabin in the 1790s when he was a fur trader with the Potawatomi. And they said he had French paintings. Of course, you know, he was part of the French colonial culture, hence his name. And, you know, we don't know if he traded with Quebec or went all the way down the Mississippi to New Orleans, because New Orleans was a colony of both Spain and France at that time. And Peoria and St. Louis, there was part of the French colonial culture at St. Louis in the 1790s. We forget that. And so Jean-Baptiste Pointe-du-Sable probably knew how to do the portage to the Illinois River to go to the Mississippi. With the Potawatomi, knew how to do it too. That noise is they're working on the bridge there. And he also knew how to sail across the Great Lakes to go to Quebec, because this was a portage spot, and that's why this was a strategic location for Jean-Baptiste Point de Sable to have his trading post. But he sold his house to Kinsey, and he moved with his wife down to St. Louis, we think. He crossed the Mississippi River because, you know, a lot of the Potawatomi were forced across the Mississippi River before and after the Indian Removal Act. Look that up. It was a real thing. The United States government by law said it was illegal for Native Americans to live east of the Mississippi River. That's part of the sad legacy of American history. You know, and it was at the same time we had a horrible system in the South of slavery, and it just, you know, it was the pre-Civil War America. Civil rights were horrible for women, even if, you know, it favored the wealthy white gentry, you know, and so now it gets, you know, that's why we still debate all these issues to this day. It's just how people thought about it back in those colonial times. It's the legacy of colonialism. You know, I won't delve into that too much, but here we'll walk right by the Jean-Baptiste Point de Sable statue, and that's why this is here. We're not exactly sure what he looked like because we didn't have photography. There was no real paintings of him. There was an artist's interpolation of what we think he looked like. This is another sculptor's interpolation of what we think. He had a French father and an African American mother from Haiti, but we're not sure about his father. And see here it says he was born in Haiti. We're not sure about that. No one knows for sure. That can't be proved. And that's one theory, and that's what they have here. And it might be the case that he was born in Haiti, came up this way, and traded with the Potawatomi. But we think he spoke French. And Jean-Baptiste Point de Sable, the first non-indigenous resident of Chicago, very historic. And that's why Joliet and Marquette are here. They came with the French colonial, claiming this area for France, even though they never controlled it. You know, they would just like circle an area on the map, even though there were indigenous people living there, and say, hey, you belong to France now. Thanks a lot. We did it. America did it to Alaska. We bought Alaska from the Russians, and we never consulted the Inuit. How's that for a shady land deal? Just think of that. Seward, who worked for Lincoln during the Civil War. Seward was in the cabinet of Abraham Lincoln during the 1860s. They called it Seward's Folly. Russia just wanted to. They couldn't defend the area. They wanted to sell it, so they sold it to America. But they sold a piece of land they never really controlled, and the rest of the Western governments accepted it, and they never consulted the Inuit. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So how's that for a land deed? And that goes into the Trans-Alaska pipeline, and the indigenous people's got a profit sharing deal off of that piece. It goes back to, you know, the tribal claims of the oil rights for that land. And that's why they used to say this is you're on Potawatomi land. I know I get accused of having white guilt, like the guy people, because, you know, I'm a white guy. I have distant Native American and Melungeon heritage, which means it's also African American. Doesn't mean I can claim the same grievances as they can. I'm still was raised as an American. I have no tribal rights. I don't belong to a tribe because my ancestors gave that up. They were forced to give that up when they became U.S. citizens, and then they were forced to assimilate. It was another. People came to America in many different ways. And we talk about that all the time. Not everybody came through Ellis Island, you know. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, Sarah Palin can see Russia from her house. I saw that's a good comment. See, we got to laugh about it. We got to laugh about this stuff. I only bring it up just because I enjoy talking about history. Every time we walk across Fort Dearborn here, you see where the site of Fort Dearborn was. There was a major battle between the Potawatomi and the American culture here. They actually destroyed Fort Dearborn. It was called the Fort Dearborn Massacre. But then the Americans came back and rebuilt it, or at least rebuilt the city that became the town that became Chicago. And it's all part of the history of the founding of Chicago, along with Jean-Baptiste, Pointe de Sable, the French, and the Potawatomi, and the other groups that tried to claim this area. But here we're on Michigan Avenue. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Yeah, almost back at the office here. You know exactly what's going on here. Yeah, don't tell Russia. Russia, Russia, Russia. But yeah, I got to go back to work. What a bummer. But hey, thanks. I appreciate you guys keeping me company. And Lunch Bunch is back. Please keep Chris's father in your thoughts and prayers. And it doesn't look good, but I don't know the latest. I'll have to check out Chris's video and see the latest. And I'll let everybody reach out to him on your own if you want. If not, we'll keep you posted and give him a break. I appreciate the rest of my great moderator team there on TikTok helping out. I couldn't do it without them. And the Lunch Bunch here, thanks for giving me a week off so I could focus on work last week. I was literally working 12 to 16-hour days. I didn't even have any time to live stream. I wouldn't have been in a good mood, and it wouldn't have did anybody else any favors. So now we're back. We'll get into our regular TikTok, Lunch Bunch, YouTube live streaming schedule here at lunch. And we'll get you through the seasons here. See you later, Sharon. See you, Demishi. Dolores, thanks for tuning in. Michael and Richard and everybody else. And Tara, and thanks everybody. Daryl and Kurt and everybody else. Elena, appreciate it. Curious Raven Chronicles, yeah. No pandemic, yeah, we'll see you. And everybody else. And I don't know if May or Kevin's watching, but if you are, I appreciate it. No need to chime in here. We'll wrap this up. Feeding this beautiful dog. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you after 5 o'clock, and we'll walk up Michigan Avenue and see if there's any Christmas lights still out there. Okay, see you later. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.